Community Health and Wellness Fair on Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Catch at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Join us for a day of health, healing, and community connection. There will be health screenings, immunizations, wellness information, a Catch Charter School recruitment fair, plus music and healthy snacks. And it's all free at the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair, Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Come out and bring the entire family. And if you have not yet checked out our KBLA Health and Wellness Hub, you should at KBLA1580.com. KBLA Talk 1580 thanks Catch Charter School, Prudential, Eastside, Cedar Sinai, and St. John's Community Health. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that a healthy community is a thriving community.
That's right, baby.
First things first.
First things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule, 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not too unsettling. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DePrima go way back. Tag Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. With hopes the black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the movement. So we tune in to First Things First with the Queen of Black Talk Radio, Dominique DePrima. Go sis.
First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580, good morning. Happy Think Tank Thursday. God bless. I'm Dominique DePrima. This show is called First Things First, and my first thing today and every day is God, God, God. It's always God, giving thanks, giving praises, and asking for blessings from the Most High, asking for the blessings of the ancestors and the elders, and let's go. Kickoff time, y'all. So on a Think Tank Thursday, this is how we roll. Hour one, we look local, what's going on the left coast side of town. Hour two, we go national, international, and beyond. In the third hour, we do a deep dive with a person of interest or a hot topic or all of the above, and we're on point with all of that today. We'll be joined by Etienne Maurice in the final hour, and we're going to talk film and activism and how they dovetail the work he's doing. Of course, the founder of Walk Good LA and Film Good LA and all the good LA things they be doing over there. Also an actor, really looking forward to that encouraging and impactful conversation. Tavis Smiley will join us for a bit at the top of that hour to update us on the saga, the debacle of Southern California Edison and where we are with that. Thank you for all the letters and calls. You can still keep them coming, but Tavis will have an update for us again. He will be with us at the beginning of the final hour of the show. Hour two, we're opening up the phone lines. You're in. Whatever you want to talk about is good. We do have a few things that I'll put on our think tank agenda. But joining me right now, you know him well. He hosts the Conversation Live, Altadena Rising, on Saturday mornings. He is also helping to put together the town hall today with Tavis Smiley and Dr. Nicordelai Corte in Altadena, Pasadena, in the area to help folks understand what Southern California Edison is up to in terms of the settlement deals that they're offering and the like. That is still going on, and it is not too late to register at KBLA Talk 1580. He's also a writer with the Los Angeles Progressive and a film festival curator himself. James Farr, good morning.
Good morning, Dominique. How are you? This is the day that the Lord has made, and I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it.
Okay, so I won't ask you how you are because you just tonight. Where are we with that? I know there's been a lot of moving parts. Some of them I'll get from Tavis, but I know we have some great new people, and I also want to hear all about Southern California Edison's defensive infomercial. I mean, town hall meeting that they did on yesterday.
Yeah, we are looking forward to this afternoon, this evening's town hall. We are pressing forward. Our program remains the same with what I believe is the most qualified panel of community members and leaders and activists and subject experts that will be participating in the panel. And then we've also added, I'm sorry, let me just pull the name up real quick, an additional person to the panel who is a consumer advocate that also wrote an assessment of what Southern California Edison is offering in their settlement fund, and so we're looking forward to that.
I saw that. The guy has written quite a detailed report on that. Is Andrew Wessels? Is that
Andrew Wessels? Yes.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about Andrew Wessels is not only is he a subject expert, not only has he authored and crafted what is Fix What You Broke on the Edison compensation plan, he's also a fire survivor. So we have curated a panel of the most vested individuals in this community, and to see what Southern California Edison continues to do is just unconscionable.
Yeah, I want to get into that a little bit because I found it so interesting that after the KBLA delegation started writing letters, emailing, and calling to Pedro Pizarro, the leader of that organization, and the organization itself, Southern California Edison, they put out this detailed letter, which Tavis and I went over point by point yesterday. If you want to see that, it's up on YouTube. Find it wherever you find your podcast. Look on the KBLA 1580 socials. It's there. It's covered. He went point by point, refuting them, basically calling us liars. And it was so interesting to me that they did that because they seem to have blanketed a lot of people, including whoever wrote a letter or made a phone call. And they're really doing what they're really doing is a PR crisis campaign.
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. In fact, Dominique, as Tavis mentioned with you yesterday, I was on Spectrum in the morning show, Your Morning, and they rolled in, again, more constructed narrative as to how they have mishandled this situation. No sooner than I got off air, the same executive that I was speaking about on air, Kathleen Dunleavy, called me demanding to speak with me. I asked Ms. Dunleavy to please memorialize whatever it is she has to say in an email, and she, again, refused to memorialize whatever it is she had to say to me in an email. I don't trust them. They committed in writing that they would do this town hall. Now, why would I talk to you off record where I can't document what you say? I just don't understand it. It is.
Yeah, well, I mean,
frustrating.
I don't know if I don't think I shared that as soon as Tavis got off the air with me the first day we started talking about this. And a PR person was calling, trying to get on the air with me, I guess thinking that I'm stupid and they'd rather take me on than Tavis Smiley, which I don't blame them. I mean, he's the one that's on the email thread. He's the one that's been, him and you have been really spearheading this thing. So they want to talk to the person that's less informed so they can try to gaslight me and gaslight our listeners, but we don't play like that.
Absolutely not.
It's like either email me or talk to Tavis. That's what it is right now.
Or after I, had to excuse myself from the call, I asked Ms. Dunleavy, I am available today at 4 p.m. at Victory Bible Church until 6 p.m. We can talk there. We can talk in the community. We can talk in open. There's no trust that they will do anything that they say they will do.
Apparently, the PR person who called was Ms. Dunleavy also, wanting to get on the air with me. But I'm not going to jump into something when I'm not on the email chain and I don't know everything. So why are you trying to avoid Tavis and get the people you perceive as lesser, i.e. me, i.e. you, and whoever else they've reached out to. They've offered to come on everyone's show except for the town hall, which, as you mentioned, is today. And they committed to it. They're still invited to it, right?
Well, we haven't rescinded our invitation. And just last night in their propped up pop-up town hall, which those executives did that sequestered from their ivory tower headquarters in Rosemead, not in the community. They opened the program acknowledging with the same corporate answer, same spin, that we're open, or we will do the town hall as long as there are no plaintiffs' counsel on the panel. We've already.
But that's not the truth. I mean, that's top tier gaslighting, because we've already said there's no plaintiff's attorney on the panel. It's on the website. It's on the flyer. That's clear. It's been clear, and that's really peak gaslighting.
It's important to point out, Dominique, that they agreed to be and participate in this panel when there were attorneys on the panel.
Right. Okay.
It's only Monday that they have this I guess change of mind.
Right. But if they change their mind, that's their prerogative. And then if we accommodated them, they're supposed to say, okay, we're good. So that's what makes it seem like it's just BS.
Absolutely. And then Ms. Dunleavy, I understand, will be on the same program that I was on yesterday at Spectrum. I don't know the total intention of that, but I can only imagine that it is there to refute my statement of her referring to the community in this town hall devolving into a Jerry Springer show, and to try to clean up the mess of her being intellectually dishonest and lying.
I mean, to me, that's really funny, because what show on this radio station is like a Jerry Springer show? There ain't one. We're far, far away from that. Do you know who you're partnering with? Maybe not. James Farr is here. I can't wait to talk about what happened at the infomercial, what's going on tonight. And, whatever else y'all want to talk about. James can talk about all of Southern California. Actually, he's pretty good talking about pretty much anything in the world. 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. But today is the actual town hall. Molly Bell is asking if it will be streamed anywhere. Can she see it? She's not able to travel out there.
Ms. Molly Bell, the town hall will be simulcast live on KBLA. Again, folks can get it on the app, at our website, KBLA1580.com, or old school terrestrial radio. If you're in the car, it's in drive time, so we expect folks to be tuning in.
All right, we'll continue this conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. Southern California Edison confirmed to show up this week for our Altadena Town Hall, but then they reneged on their promise. KBLA Talk 1580 organized a town hall specifically for Black Altadena residents. people whose homes, memories, and futures went up in smoke when SCE's equipment sparked the flames. This wasn't some ambush or gotcha moment. This was a community saying, we need answers. We need to understand how this so-called fast pay program actually works. We need to know if justice will ever reach us. And Edison said no. Let's be crystal clear about what that means. This wasn't a scheduling conflict. This was a choice that tells Black Altadena residents that even after the fire, even after the devastation, even after admitting fault through the settlement program, they still don't matter enough for a couple of hours of Edison's time. You know what takes courage? Facing people you've harmed. Sitting in a room and yes, live on talk radio with folks who lost everything because of your infrastructure failures and explaining how you intend to make it right. That takes backbone. That's what real accountability looks like. When you're the reason people lost everything, you don't get to cancel on survivors waiting for answers. You don't get to send your regrets to KBLA and call it a day. This is about respect, or rather, the complete lack of it. This is the same pattern of neglect that may have led to the fires in the first place, and now they're doubling down on disrespect in the aftermath. The residents of Altadena have endured enough hell, and now they are navigating the nightmare of settlement claims, trying to understand what they are actually entitled to receive. Southern California Edison, you owe Black Altadena more than money. You owe them your presence, your transparency, your time, and you owe KBLA Talk 1580 a public apology, I might add. And until we get it, we're going to keep emailing the top dog at SCE, Mr. Pedro Pizarro. His email is pedro.pizarro@sce.com. Pizarro spelled P-I-Z-A-R-R-O. Pedro.pizarro@sce.com. Or you can call 626-302-2255 and then press the number 1. That's 626-302-2255 and then press the number 1 to speak to a live person and express yourself. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
Let's get back to me. Let's get back to James Farr. So speaking on, as we have been, the debacle, that's what I call it, Southern California Edison working with us for months, trying to put this town hall meeting together to help the people of Altadena, victims of the fire, because people are trying to understand and sort out the settlement agreement that's been provided by Southern California Edison and get the details. They had agreed to do it. They backed out. They got a million excuses. And then on yesterday, they decided to have their own, as you call it, ivory tower town hall, meaning it was virtual, so they didn't have to leave their offices. And unlike the other town halls, their other town hall meetings have not featured any questions being answered, but this one did?
Yes, I mean, they did allow participants to ask questions via the chat, as well as they opened up the line to allow people to voice their questions. And so that part of it, I think, was good. But here's the thing, Dominique, you can't ask the person who burned you out how they're going to make you whole. Right. That's very problematic. And then also they did not have the two arbiters that will ultimately, there's two people that will decide what your loss is worth. Not the court, not a judge, two people should you elect to, as they say, voluntarily enroll in their compensation program.
Right. Voluntarily under duress. Okay, so they did answer questions. That was an upgrade. Under pressure, and this is one of the things we have been criticizing them. And as you said, they actually opened the town hall talking about KBLA.
They did. They went with their canned spin, right? That same statement. We'll do it. I'm paraphrasing. We'll do it as long as there are no plaintiffs' attorneys on the panel.
But there are no plaintiffs' attorneys on the panel, so technically that means they're going to do it, or else they're liars.
Well, I speak bad English, I guess, right? We don't write the same English. So I don't know. And sometimes I talk in cursive. So perhaps they're not understanding. But here's more importantly, they're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. They're listening to Tavis Smiley. They're listening to Dominique DePrima, the whole delegation conversation live out. They have been paying attention since day one. Whatever spooked them is something that they need to come clean with. We've been transparent. Mr. Smiley, myself, we stand by our witness, observation, and reporting. Period. Full stop.
Yeah, I mean, again, just if you think we're Jerry Springer, you don't know this station. Well, maybe now they do, because as you say, they're listening around the clock. But I guarantee you what you're not hearing is, you are the father. I guarantee you, you're not hearing that. Jorge, you are not the father. I'm pretty sure you don't hear that on any KBLA show.
No, I haven't seen that, Dominic.
And as far as we know, we don't have any fighting. I haven't seen any good fist fights on our.
No.
In fact, maybe we need to look into that.
We have spirited discourse, right? We have passionate disagreement, right? But we are all moving the culture and the interests of Black people forward. You're my favorite adversary, right? Let's
James Farr, you are the father. Yeah, that's what my wife said. What are we talking about? I mean, this just
with all seriousness, Dominique, this is a textbook case study example when diversity is not in the room.
Okay.
Ms. Dunleavy repeated to me 3 times that y'all people, she didn't say y'all people, but the event would devolve into a Jerry Springer situation. Someone of good conscience and a moral compass and just situational awareness would say, hey, that ain't a good look.
Yeah. No,
that doesn't land right.
Absolutely agreed on that. The other thing is, who attended this town hall? Like, how did you get an invitation? I think the people who got the letter got invitations. How did you get to come to this thing?
How did I? Well, it was open to the public. I saw anywhere from 200 to 250 during the 90-minute program that were in and out of it. As best I understand, obviously I got in because I'm tracking what's happening, so I'm aware of all of their announcements. Some people did receive a letter. What they decided to do is once you reached out to them, all our hundreds of listeners that contacted them, they took that opportunity to say, hey, come to this town hall. We want to talk. So that's how it was made available to the public, but it seems like it popped up under suspicious circumstances. I don't know that for a fact, but they're not talking and being transparent. So at this point, I can't believe anything they say.
Yeah, well, I mean, we agreed to do a town hall, then we pulled out for a reason which is not a valid reason, and now we're doing our own town hall. It's suspicious to begin with, because if you won't do it unless you control it, even though you agreed to do it and now you pulled out and all of your conditions have been met, but yet you keep saying that your conditions haven't been met. And you know, that to me, I mean, it's clearly, I was not, you know, a victim or survivor of the Altadena Eaton Canyon fire. I was not. But if I was of that or anything, and the person that did the damage is telling me, well, yeah, we know we agreed to talk with this radio station whose main goal in life is to have the back of black people, but we don't like the environment they're presenting, so we want you to come over here to our town hall where we control everything and we give you pat answers on Zoom only. I would automatically think that was suspicious. So we're not going to have any journalists there to question us. We're not going to have any bona fide community activists there to question us. We're not going to have any experts on this type of settlement there to ask questions. We're going to give you our talking points from, like you said, our ivory tower. That's suspect to me just on common sense alone.
Yeah, it reminded me of like police press briefings. We're going to investigate ourselves. We're going to do all of this. We want to blah, 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 right? I mean, there is what I watched last night, there is no good reason on God's great earth that they could not have done the same thing with us, period.
Oh.
You know, our North Star, Dominique, Mr. Smiley and I, for the past 4 or 5 months that we've been trying to move this part of this journey that our community has experienced, has always been about bringing Southern California Edison into the community. We offer to be a bridge for them, but I guess people like you kind of, I don't know if you're Steve or you're Jerry or Travis is Steve and Jerry, I don't know, but you black folks cannot seemingly organize yourself, assemble yourself in a church and ask questions.
Meanwhile, the LA Times reports today that Southern California Edison has cut power to more customers this year than ever before, quadrupling blackouts. They say it's to prevent fires sparked by their utility lines. The LA Times is reporting that those outages have caused traffic accidents, disrupted medical care, disabled emergency communications, and prompted state regulators to demand improved oversight. They also are reporting that Edison is promising to spend billions on infrastructure upgrades, but we'll actually see a 20 to 40% increase as they're blaming the rain. Blame it on the rain. I'm surprised they didn't blame KBLA. We've got news, traffic, and sports, then more with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump is criticizing New Jersey's election results. Speaking with Fox News, Trump said he expected better despite the state's Democratic lean.
I thought that New Jersey would do better. I didn't think that Virginia was going to do very well. I didn't think the candidate, didn't really have my support.
A surge in turnout flipped 5 counties, Passaic, Morris, Gloucester, Atlantic, and Cumberland, back to blue. Mikey Sherrill's win played a key role as all 5 counties backed Trump in 2024. And Sean Diddy Combs is reportedly telling fellow inmates he expects a presidential pardon from Donald Trump in 2026. TMZ says Combs has been boasting about early release and promising to take care of inmates once free. But the White House denies any plans for clemency. Trump has pardoned rappers before, including Kodak Black and Lil Wayne. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers extended their winning streak to 5. They held on to beat San Antonio Wednesday night 118-116 at Crypto.com. The Lakers did a nice job defensively on Victor Wembanyama. Double teams throughout the game limited the 7'5" star to 19 points. Wembanyama made only 5 of 14 shots. had 5 turnovers and fouled out with 1:40 left in the game. Luka Doncic had a game-high 35 points, 8 in the fourth quarter. DeAndre Ayton had 22 points and 10 rebounds. The Lakers are 7-2. They have the NBA's third-best record behind Oklahoma City and Chicago. OKC is 8-1, Chicago 6-1. The Lakers start a 5-game road trip Saturday in Atlanta. LeBron is not making the trip. He'll stay in LA to continue getting treatment for his sciatic nerve condition. No update on when LeBron will be ready to make his season debut. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Spend an evening with philosopher and writer Kwame Anthony Appiah at Pomona College on Saturday, November 8th at 4 p.m. at the John A. Payton Distinguished Lectureship. Author of the New York Times column The Ethicist, Appiah has been identified as one of foreign policy's top 100 public intellectuals and is a National Humanities Medal recipient. This event is free and open to the public, but tickets are required. Visit pomona.edu/Payton-ticket to reserve tickets now. Protect yourself from Medicare card scams. Scammers may call, email, or even knock on your door claiming they need your Medicare info, asking for money or threatening to cancel your benefits. Don't fall for it. It's a scam. Remember, Medicare doesn't need to verify your information. They already have it. Medicare won't charge you for a new card and will never threaten to cancel benefits. Check your Medicare statements for suspicious charges and report scams to the California Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-855-613-7080. We're here to help.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed. James Farr is my guest. And don't forget, you can always tap in on the comments in YouTube, the YouTube KBLA 1580. Look, we are joining St. Jude Children's Research in fighting childhood cancer. By we, I mean KBLA Talk 1580, of course. We're fighting childhood cancer and sickle cell, and it starts with a $19 monthly pledge. You can call 800-411-9898 to become a donor and get a shirt like the one I'm wearing today that says, "This shirt saves lives," because your donation will help save lives. Again, it's 1-800-411-9898, 1-800-411-9898, in case you were wondering why. I've had a couple people ask me about the significance of this particular T-shirt. James Farr is with me, and he attended last night's infomercial, also known as the Southern California Edison Town Hall meeting. You said there was no real breaking news there. What do you mean by that?
Meaning they didn't say anything remarkable, right? I mean, what they talked about is what they laid out in their amended compensation plan. Nothing remarkable, as I said. Again, more of the reason why I said there's no reason why they couldn't have, or possibly they will, show up today at 4 p.m. at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena for the Altadena Rising Town Hall.
Okay. Is it too late to register? Can people still register to get in?
They absolutely can register. I'm going to encourage people. We still have slots available, room available. We're going to accommodate as many people as capacity will have. I understand, this blunder that they made has heightened the awareness of a lot of folks in the community. If they weren't aware of what was going on, it immediately triggered folks being skeptical. Well, why are they blowing off the Black community? They burnt us out. Now they won't show up. I'm hearing all kind of comments from within community, and the power of their machine, right? They're attempting to just confuse people.
Do you think that Black LA got the message? Were we at that town hall on yesterday?
I don't know if Black LA got the message and showed up to their town hall, but I knew, for example, Councilmember Price responded to the call and sent a scathing letter to Pedro Pizarro, the CEO of Edison International, encouraging him to reflect on their decisions. So the delegation is showing up, and they definitely will be in attendance today with their support, with their love. Especially folks who aren't impacted. It is so important, Dominique. I know there's a lot of conversation about recovery. Folks still need relief. Folks still need a hug, right? Folks are still adjusting to this new normal, and we are less than 3 weeks away from Thanksgiving. This is a very difficult time as we move forward to the 1 year remembrance of January 7th. It's serious. So for them, again, Dominique, to, I think Mr. Pizarro is earning all of his $12 million salary with spinning and gaslighting the people.
Now, you said something about the $12 million salary when we were texting on yesterday. Was there some controversy about that?
No, that's his salary. It is what it is. I'm saying, I assume I've never made $12 million a year, and I don't think I would lie for $12 an hour. So my integrity is far more important than attaching and assigning a paycheck to it. I'd like to do things with integrity. But no, there's no controversy. I don't have an issue. If that's what his shareholders and board of directors feel his compensation package should be worth, then fine.
I mean, he's a pauper compared to Elon Musk, who's seeking $1 trillion for his compensation.
Absolutely. But when he's sitting in his home on Thanksgiving Day, morning, evening, afternoon, and, enjoying his family, I just wonder, will the thoughts and memories of folks who don't have that same experience, Dominique. And it's, the gaslighting continued, right? When you hear them with these canned answers, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. Instead of saying, I'm so sorry that we stole.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Now, will you take another loss? I was reading how, their compensation, from what I was reading in the Times, is what they're offering is less than half of what it would actually cost. I'm talking about, let's say, for people whose house didn't burn down, but they need to remediate the toxins. And
Dominique, I'm in the middle.
Go ahead.
I'm in the middle of doing that right now. 10 months after the fire. My property didn't burn. We weren't impacted that way, but it's still happening. The issues with insurance continue for everyone, full loss or smoke damage or some other type of damage. It's still ongoing.
Yeah. So tell me what, it sounds like this is still really worth attending tonight because we've been focusing a lot on the gaslighting and the way Edison has pulled out. And then they did their own infomercial. And as you said, it was more of I call it an infomercial. You called it sleight of hand. We don't know if Black Altadena got the message. Carl Tucker is asking me, is Altadena getting the same help and support as Palisades? I think you've done a pretty good job of documenting the fact that for the most part, no, is the answer to that question. Altadena, Pasadena not being part of the city of Los Angeles, although they are part of the county. But talk about what we can accomplish at this town hall without these folks.
What we can accomplish is what our mission was from the very beginning, understanding Southern California Edison's wildfire compensation fund. We just wanted to talk. We wanted to hear what community members have to say, what they are experiencing, what questions they have. Nothing any different than this pop-up that they did, except for they want to control the narrative. It's cowardice. It's a weak position. I don't understand it, Dominique.
So, okay. Well, I guess I'm trying to make sense out of something that doesn't make sense because I'm thinking if I'm Pedro Pizarro and I'm getting a million emails and calls from Black LA, or, many of them either people who live in Altadena or who have family there or just concerned citizens, I'm going to want to be there when folks are hearing from KBLA so I can refute whatever we're saying. This idea that we can just send whoever wrote an email, whoever emailed or called us a letter with all of our spin and then have our own town hall and call it a day. To me, that's a risky strategy because who knows what information we're going to get tonight at this town hall, and wouldn't they want to be there to make sure that they can tell their side of the story?
Well, perhaps if they had decommissioned and removed that power line 50-something years ago, we wouldn't be here, right? And so, you can't legislate hearts and minds, whatever reason Mr. Pizarro, and that's, again, $12 million reasons, right, of why he cannot make himself available to the community, to the people, that his company, his organization is the impetus, let me get legal, the causation of this fire. They've all but admitted that, and I've learned just enough. I haven't passed the bar, but I know a little bit. Anytime a law firm, anytime that they're quick to settle, you know that there's something more behind it. And that's why the language that they're using, it's going to be fast. It's going to be convenient. Hey, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. If your lawyer wants to be a part of it, we're open for it. We just want to work on helping Altadena build their future. And I'm telling you, Dominique, damn it, people don't want to look at that. They want what they had. They didn't ask to be in this program or be in this position. And my question again for Mr. Pizarro, if he is there, and because I understand that they are listening, this is your legacy.
Yeah.
This will follow you on your CV for the rest of your natural life and the afterlife, that on your watch, you burned out 25,000 people from a community. And you won't show up.
And aside
to
from
confront them for 2 hours.
The CV and the historical record, we always talk about community relations. That's one of the things PR people like Ms. Dunleavy are in charge of. When you do things like that, you leave a sour taste. Imagine what happens, if we do this town hall, when we do this town hall today, and it's packed out, and here they come, with Mr. Pizarro walks in and sits down and asks questions. That would be the best way to make us look bad, not lying in an email and trying to lie on Spectrum. Come and stand on business. How about that?
Dominique, in that vein, no weapon formed against us shall prosper against KBLA. So they can't make us look bad. We didn't do anything bad. We were only offering to be a bridge for the community because, Dominique, what I know and how I spend my days talking with people, the pain and grief is real. People are smiling when you see them, but when they're in this new environment that they now have to call temporary housing or potentially their permanent situation, it's a lot of dark, lonely, hard nights.
Yeah, I can only imagine. James Farr is my guest, 800-920-1580 if you want to weigh in. Ooh, we got some breaking news. Representative Nancy Pelosi is not running for re-election. That is wild. Of course, we're taking your questions, your conversation, but Pelosi, former House Speaker, making that announcement this morning. She's been in office since 1987. Got a bunch of challengers for next year, and she says, nope, I'm bowing out. She's 85. Seems like a good time to retire. She is, speaking of track records, a formidable one. We'll continue this conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. Their max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop.
No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. I mean, mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
And it's with me and James Farr today. James Farr, of course, writes for the LA Progressive. He has his own show on the radio here every Saturday at 10, right after Black Lives Matter. This is not a drill. And James will be obviously participating, has been one of the architects of today's town hall meeting for survivors of the Altadena Eaton Canyon fire. James, let's talk a little bit more about what they need to do, where it is, how do you get there, when does it start, what are we doing when we get there? You know, I know we have a lot of folks who have signed up, but you just said it's not too late if folks haven't signed up yet, but they want to come.
Yeah, it starts today at 4 p.m., from 4 to 6 p.m. at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena. That's 1479 Hill Street in Pasadena. Folks, get there if you're able to a little bit early so you get set in your seat. We've, as I said earlier, we've curated this panel of community members and a subject expert, and we're going to talk about it. We're really going to interrogate what Southern California Edison is offering. And just a quick program note, Dr. Nicordelai Corte, because of the FAA deductions in flights, he's on the East Coast most of the time. So Tavis Smiley and myself will be moderating, which now they got both of us. And I know all of this stuff. So I expect that we will have a very informative conversation. I am encouraging everyone in the area under the sound of my voice, if you are able to convene with us at Victory Bible Church, let's show Southern California Edison that we do not appreciate the disrespect that they are showing and the disregard that they are airing towards the Black community in Altadena and Pasadena.
Yeah, I think that is, that's the message. And I do think, you know, it would be great if Southern California Edison decided to try to ride in on a white horse and participate. They are still welcome. We still want to hear their side of the story or their explanation for what they are offering. But the conversation will be quite frank. So that means if they are not there, you will likely get just as much or possibly even more information, opportunity for interaction, and really understanding of what we are up against here. And that's really important. So it's registration is still on our website, right?
Yes, at KBLA1580.com, they can register. Now, folks, you can hit me DMs. If there's something you can't make it and you want a question asked, you need to know something, two ways. Go download the KBLA app and you can voice your question, right? Or you can hit me in the DMs at James Farr Live. You can hit Mr. Smiley. There are ample ways that if you can't participate, I even heard a community member say, I'm going to go pick up some elders and bring them. So what we're seeing here, which Dr. Abdul spoke about the other day, is community is organizing, mobilizing. What may seem as a rally or a town hall possibly will evolve into a protest. But this is a time. We've been doing this in this Hush Harbor type meeting and really trying to bring this meeting forward. Now it's time for us to show up and show out and let the executives know.
Yeah, let them know.
We ain't playing.
Yeah, let them know the game plan. I mean, we can still write and call, right? We can still write and call to Southern California Edison. It's pedro.pizarro at sce.com, pedro.pizarro with 2 R's at sce.com, or you can call 626-302-2255, 302-2255. You just press number 1, and it'll get you through, and they'll ask you a few questions, and you can just say, stop the gaslighting. It's time to face the community and stop lying on KBLA and on Black Altadena. I think it's clearly having an impact, and I wanted to say thank you to Councilmember Curran Price for stepping up like that and being so fearless and speaking out on behalf of those of the residents of Altadena.
Absolutely, folks. And if you aren't able to attend, you can't listen live. It will be available on KBLA's YouTube pages and across our socials. And then on Saturday, and of course tomorrow, we'll talk more about recap for a little bit. But Saturday, I'm dedicating that entire program to recapping what we discussed this evening.
Well, right.
And that's at 10 a.m.
And plus, you'll be filling in for me tomorrow, so I'm sure they'll get some conversation then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Molly Bella is saying have a city council member there, but remember, Altadena doesn't have a city council. So
no.
Curran Price is stepping up as an Angelino and a lawmaker, but he's not over that area. That's L.A. Altadena, Pasadena is the county. So it would be Catherine
Barger.
Yeah.
And Supervisor Barger.
Yeah. We don't anticipate anyone from the LA County Board of Supervisors being there. I know one of our town hall meeting principles so far has been to, lean on the folks that have the responsibility and the expertise. What are your thoughts on that?
I've extended it. Supervisor's office is available. They have not indicated whether or not that she or a representative from her office will be in attendance. I doubt that she would attend. Perhaps her presence is certainly welcome, but she may get some smoke too. So she's welcome to come get it too.
Well, you know what? That's part of your job. You got to face the music. James, the time flies by when you're on the air. Do you want to tell people how to reach you, or what do you want to do with these 30 seconds?
I want people to come this afternoon to tune in. You can find me at James Farr Live across all the socials. But what's most important right now, Dominique, is show up today. Let your voice be heard. Let Southern California Edison know we're not with this foolishness.
Yep, well said. And as Michael says in the chat, skipping a town hall is a soft black out of democracy. Show up, answer up. It comes with the job. James Farr, thanks so much. We've got news, traffic, and sports, and the phone lines are wide open on this Think Tank Thursday. So what are your thoughts? KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump is criticizing New Jersey's election results. Speaking with Fox News, Trump said he expected better despite the state's Democratic lean.
I thought that New Jersey would do better. I didn't think that Virginia was going to do very well. I didn't think the candidate, didn't really have my support.
A surge in turnout flipped 5 counties, Passaic, Morris, Gloucester, Atlantic, and Cumberland, back to blue. Mikey Sherrill's win played a key role as all 5 counties backed Trump in 2024. And Sean Diddy Combs is reportedly telling fellow inmates he expects a presidential pardon from Donald Trump in 2026. TMZ says Combs has been boasting about early release and promising to take care of inmates once free. But the White House denies any plans for clemency. Trump has pardoned rappers before, including Kodak Black and Lil Wayne. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers extended their winning streak to 5. They held on to beat San Antonio Wednesday night 118-116 at Crypto.com. The Lakers did a nice job defensively on Victor Wembanyama. Double teams throughout the game limited the 7'5" star to 19 points. Wembanyama made only 5 of 14 shots, had 5 turnovers and fouled out with 1:40 left in the game. Luka Doncic had a game-high 35 points, 8 in the fourth quarter. DeAndre Ayton had 22 points and 10 rebounds. The Lakers are 7-2. They have the NBA's third-best record behind Oklahoma City and Chicago. OKC is 8-1, Chicago 6-1. The Lakers start a 5-game road trip Saturday in Atlanta. LeBron is not making the trip. He'll stay in LA to continue getting treatment for his sciatic nerve condition. No update on when LeBron will be ready to make his season debut. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your